Hi there, I'm Taylor. Hi there. Hi there, I'm Taylor. Nice to see you again. This is a test. Yep. Hey there, how's it going? My name is Taylor. It's nice to see you again, or for the first time. Today we'll be discussing a poem that I wrote. And before I get into it, I want to clarify why I wrote a poem. I like writing, I like speaking. Maybe that's obvious when you make videos. But I like to communicate, and I like to communicate clearly, effectively, but with emotion. It's important for me to be clear in how I feel, right? So I've mentioned in my last video that I've started going to therapy. And one of the things that I've done in therapy is use my introspection more effectively, right? I'm trying to better live my life and find contentment, figure out what it means to be happy, not always, but to be happy as a person, and how that ebbs and flows throughout everyday life. Isn't that nice? We're getting a little too introspective at the start of this video, so let me clarify why I made a poem. It was just New Year's, not too long ago, but I wasn't making videos then, so you see, what I'm getting after here. And it was just New Year's, and my therapist asked me if I had plans. I said no, I didn't have plans. I don't usually even stay up to watch the ball drop, and I'm definitely not going to go drinking anywhere, because I just don't give a fuck about that at all. So, she said that it might be nice to come up with a New Year's tradition. I don't have one. I mean, as a kid, I watched the ball drop, right, and drank sparkling grape juice and shot off little party poppers, but I wouldn't say that's really a tradition per se. And it definitely hasn't happened since I was a kid. So she said, why don't you try to come up with a tradition? She told me about one that she's been starting where she eats 12 grapes under a table as fast as you can. And I know it sounds made up, but apparently it's real because I did look it up. It's like a south of the equator thing, I think. So she said she did that, and inherently I don't like a lot of traditions. I think more often than not we're doing things because we feel an obligation to do so, versus doing things because it naturally feels good within our bodies, because it's what we want to do, right? Great example is Valentine's Day, which just passed. I've always pretty much not liked it. But I can like them, right? Like Christmas, for example, is filled with nostalgia, and there's so much warmth and joy just associated with it. The presents, not the biggest fan, but the meaning, the sentimentality of the holiday, I really like. So I always hated New Year's traditions because it's just, I'm gonna go to the gym now because I waited a year to do anything about myself and my life, and I've totally gave up this past year. I had McDonald's every day. But I don't like it because it feels like an excuse for accountability, right? All this to say, I thought, okay, if I'm going to do this, then I need to find a tradition that's right for me. And I looked online, I looked for a lot of things that felt resonant, right? That felt like, oh, this would be the reason to do it. I didn't find any. So, to her point, I made my own. Now, what is the point of a New Year's tradition? A resolution, right? It's what you'll do different next year, maybe what you're grateful for this year, although that feels a little Thanksgiving. But at its core, it's reflection. I can get behind that. It is introspection and thinking about what do I want to be different going forward. Now we're talking. I like this. So I thought, how can I encapsulate that? How can I work through where I've been, where I want to go, what I want to leave behind, and just generally how I'm feeling. So I came up with the idea to make a poem. My New Year's tradition is to write a poem. And I wrote it on New Year's evening and New Year's Day, just to finalize it. But I'm writing poetry now, regularly. And I thought, hey, why don't I share this? Because I wouldn't say it's a happy poem, but I think it's a message that a lot of people could potentially relate to. And I've really been enjoying writing. It's been a great way for me to, like I said, really capture my feelings and hold those, and to even look back on it over a month, right? It's been a month and a half maybe since New Year's occurred, and yeah, it's really cool to be able to see that past version of yourself, again, even just a month ago, to feel different now, or to use that as a point of like, we're going further beyond this, right? So all that to say, let's read my poem. This poem is entitled, I See You. I look for validation from everyone I see. I long for the moment that they'll finally ask for me. I need to know I matter and to hear it in their voice. I want to feel accepted and shown that I'm the choice. But my looks and longs and needs and wants, they hear me say, please, just once. I'll give myself to hear and see, in hopes your voice one day sees me. So my voice will make a home for all, where they can yell and cry and whisper. They'll all be heard before I fall, even though I start to blister. And the voices swirl inside so strong that the walls crack in my head. So I try to hush and silence them, but mine's been put to bed. And the voices dance and sing at home, but the house comes to an end. How safe we are upon your bones. How great you are, my friend. See, these voices, they do matter. But matter more than me? Maybe the voice I can't hear matters. I think I finally see. Until next time, everybody. See you then.